Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. The man's getting used to interviews. We done that little one in Sheffield and we said, no. We're going to keep smashing them out. You've just done a bit with Joe. Yesterday you got involved with Eddie and Sonny at the Lynn ABC. Alex Le Guével, smashing life, my friend.
Thank you very much, mate. No, I really enjoy doing these as well, because it's you guys provide a platform to be able to talk about what I believe is really, really important in terms of us giving back to the community and, grassroots boxing, where all these future stars begin. So, thank you for continuing to have the conversation.
Of course, well, it's so important, and I've just put the video up of Eddie and Sonny yesterday, and they reference that tragic stabbing that happened in Croydon 2 days ago now. And that was the importance of getting the Lynn ABC back open, the doors back open for people to come in. A lot of these guys in some of the more deprived areas don't quite have these opportunities in life. And, just in opening the doors yesterday with that £10,000 cheque, who knows, there could be another couple of kids that, they'd be spending their evenings very differently, and instead they're boxing, they're doing plank challenges, that sort of thing. It's important.
Massively, mate. I mean, without boxing gyms and these safe spaces, young people are left to, they're probably bored on the streets. What are they getting up to? And boxing provides an outlet for, any aggression or any boredom. And it's such a physically demanding sport. It teaches such discipline and respect, but, all the kind of values of manners and resilience and all these kind of things that young people need these days to overcome all sorts of social issues. So if the doors to gyms like the Lynn are shut, people in that area, the surrounding communities, they're not being afforded the opportunities that they deserve to be afforded to actually positively impact their lives. So for us to play a small part, in reopening the doors and seeing the faces of the young people yesterday, how buzzing they were to actually have that gym back open and see how much that means to that community. For me, that's what my role's all about. So it makes me feel proud, mate.
Last week we visited a gym in Orlando and we're talking about the differences in quality. Obviously in America, some of the levels that these guys operate on is integral, but away from the sort of level of boxing, so important, away from, your violence and stuff like that, but it's a place where you go, you learn discipline with your coach. A lot of these instances probably wouldn't happen if they listened to their parents, for example, and that's the sort of thing that's being lost. Now you're pushing this project. I'm sure there'll be something lined up for Sheffield next week, Liverpool for the October 21st fight week. That's sort of the importance and the message behind it as well?
Absolutely. Sometimes these young people, the type of communities and the type of people that we're dealing with, sometimes they haven't always got positive role models at home as well. So if we can, bring our positive role models in people like Eddie and our fighters down, to speak to the young people and maybe provide a moment of inspiration, that's incredible for those young people. But equally, sometimes, it doesn't need Matchroom necessarily to come down to show that. Those boxing gyms every single day have got positive role models where, the coaches, the sort of management committees, the people that are managing those gyms, those people, their dedication, they're doing that as volunteers and they're giving their time for nothing to help these young people. Those people are vital to making these organisations work. So sometimes you haven't got them role models at home, so get involved in a boxing gym and meet these kind of people. You'll only be a better person for it.
Just on yourself, you are sort of an integral part of British boxing in itself. It's sort of, you've got the team up in Northampton. I've always seen you, Ethan James, Kieran Conway, etc. You can even go in the corners if necessary. But obviously they took you from England boxing over at Matchroom, and it's all about developing that. Grassroots is just something that's always been very important for you, and I suppose you've grown up around the lads and you like seeing the lads do well, so why not resonate that onto sort of British level? Absolutely.
It's I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now without the education and the networks and everything, all the work that I achieved when I was with England Boxing. So I'll always be massively thankful and I love my time there. Absolutely loved it. Met some incredible people, and a lot of the people that we're going out and revisiting in these gyms are people that I've kind of built relationships up with over years, and it's vitally important to do that. In any kind of walk of life, it's all about, people always say it's not what you know, it's who you know, and in boxing, it's very, very true. So it's great to still be very much a part of that community, of the amateur boxing community, and I really intend to be going back to to amateur boxing shows, to the championships, to go and see all the people that I've been working with. I did a podcast the other day with the Box Gathering. So Adam Hanover from the Box Gathering. It's an organisation that was set up, kind of like a community during lockdown, during the pandemic, for boxing enthusiasts to share coaching tips and all sorts of things like around how they can improve their sessions and just be a a collaborative community. So I really thoroughly enjoyed doing that with Adam and talking about my journey to where I've got to, but also showcasing what I can do from a matchroom perspective now for that community.
Well, Alex, congratulations. It's been a great little ride so far, only a couple of months in. We look forward to just how everything else progresses. I suppose away from all the fun and games that we have and everything, it is so important to give back, and nice that we've got the platform to be able to do it, right?
Mate, 100%. The more we can do this and the more we can talk about these messages and speak about the importance of having high-level conversations with government, and as I say, we've got Eddie to be able to put these messages across. And sometimes, organisations like England Boxing, Sport England, all these incredible organisations do amazing things. They can pitch those messages, but if we're jumping on the back of that with our platform as well, it's only going to amplify the message. So the more we continue to do that, we will make a tangible difference to the sport, and young people's lives will be improved.
Big man's getting so good at interviews. Alex, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Social.